It is time for Table Talk as Sal Licata and John Harper join us. And Sal, let's start with you. The Met fan goes from thinking about another no-hitter to seeing Edwin Diaz get taken deep. So just how demoralizing is this loss?
Yeah, that's a bad loss. As early as it is in the season, you don't want to endure losses like that. You get excited thinking about the ultimate high with a no-hitter potentially from Severino, who is as nasty as we've seen. He looked like he was going to do it for a little while. And then not only do you not get the no-hitter, you lose the game. So it's one game, as Mendoza said, it's baseball, but that's a tough loss for the Mets early on this year, Harper.
Very deflating, especially when you jump out to the 1-0 lead. You figure you're going to score more against Tyon. He's pretty good, but he's not usually a shutdown guy. And when you got Severino cruising like that, you're thinking no-hitter. And then, with Joey Wendle, come on. You got to
get to that, Harp.
Yeah. But, I tell you, as bad a loss as it is, if you're a Mets fan, you got to take some solace in Severino because if he can, this isn't just a one-time game for him, right? He's been good, except for his first start of the year. He's been really good. If he can be this guy all year, then now you got something. You got the kind of pitching maybe can win. But they've been so good in the late innings. You figured they were going to push a couple runs across, but they're, this is the kind of team they are, too. They're right on the edge all the time because they don't score enough.
It'd be nice to see Diaz come into the game with a lead. All year long, it's like he's coming in either, with a deficit or a tie game the majority of the time.
And he can't fall behind the count there.
No, it happens.
They're complaining about the strike zone, but still a stunner when you see someone square him up and take him that deep. All right, the focus is going to be on Severino and Diaz, but Harp, as you alluded to, Joey Wendle certainly catching some criticism for trying to turn 2 in the 8th instead of going home.
Yeah, you got to, most importantly, you got to know the speed of the runner. Madrigal, he's a really fast runner. That's why he's they thought he might be bunting. They were talking about a possible bunt, but look at it here. Wendle defended his choice because he said he had to make a decision right away. You got to know, unless it's a sure thing, you got to come home. He had an easy play at the plate, and especially when you got a broken bat, the ball's not going to be hit hard. Just for a veteran guy, he hasn't been really good at third base this year. He's made some errors, so he's got to make that play there. That's why he's there. They put him in for defense. That's why he's there.
That's why he's on the team. What is Joey Wendle doing there? Broken bat. You get the lead. You get the runner there. You prevent that. It's a 1-0 game. You prevent the game from being tied. What's he trying to be a hero and turning to? Take the play that's right in front of you. He should know better. If this happens with Mark Vientos, it'd be one thing. Now, we'd be going nuts about it and saying, that's why he can't be in the game, can't play defense. You replace him with a guy who's supposed to know better. Yeah. And this is not the first mistake that Wendell's made. If he can't make that play, why is he on this team? You've got to make the play. It costs them the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know you got to make your decision quickly, but he doesn't even look home when he's feeling the ball. He's thinking 2 right away. All right, Sal, Harp alluded to this.
Yeah.
The offense, how difficult is it when this team is so inconsistent with the offense and the bats going?
I think the biggest point that Harp made before, this is who they are, unfortunately. They're not a great team. Otherwise, we'd be talking about them in comparison with Atlanta or Philadelphia. They could be a playoff team, but inconsistencies are a part of that. Nemo gets things going with the leadoff homer. You're thinking, maybe it's going to be a good night. They don't do anything else. Lindor, I love Francisco Lindor and still believe in him. He's absolutely killing this team because he continues to come up in big spots and doesn't get the job done. So, McNeil, Alonso, and on down, it's just inconsistent throughout.
I know there's a large segment of Mets fans that think we overreact to every Lindor offer, but this is the problem. When he's batting number 2 or number 3, he can't be hitting 200. You got to be more consistent on a nightly basis. He gets on a couple times tonight. Maybe it's a different game. And Alonso as well, but Alonso's giving you the power. And I'm starting to come around on you with McNeil. He's got to be better, too. He's been bad.
But, Sal, as you pointed out, the big spot is finding Francisco Lindor
every time.
All the time. All right, guys.
As a left-handed hitter, he still looks kind of lost at times.
Absolutely.
That's troubling.
That was a problem on Monday night.